The fall season is upon us, and Joe is ready for his favorite number to be called.
Number 9.
The new gym floor is ready for a fresh new season as we get prepared to bring you all the net results. So work hard and listen up to the ball finding the back of the net. Sports Night is next.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sports Night. I'm Joe Young.
And I'm Howie Shapiro. Can you believe it that we're starting another season? 28th season for us. I can't believe how quickly it's come.
Yeah, pretty impressive. Certainly more than most of us would have expected. I just can't believe how quickly summer has gone and the start of the season right around the corner. Girls tennis team already in action even.
Yeah, no, and it's exciting. We have to say nice things because obviously head coach Scott Stork is here in studio today to view what we do. We got to make sure we talk very nicely about the tennis team, we always do anyway.
Well, we would start with them anyhow because they have already gotten this season started. Started on Saturday. They had a little rain in the morning, but it didn't prevent them from playing a little tournament up at the Coon Rapids High School in the Pivot Courts. Unfortunately, they lost all 3 matches by a 5-2 score. Buffalo, Hibbing, and then Cretin-Durham Hall. Only one player, Caitlin Easton, able to finish a perfect 3-0. She played a little third and a little fourth singles. Gabby Newton, playing her 4th year at that number 1 singles spot, went 2-1 on the day. They had 2 more just this afternoon. This hot off the presses. They bounced back with a couple of wins.
Nice.
A 4-3 victory over Princeton and a 5-2 win over Duluth Marshall. So off to that 2-3 start, but it's amazing how much work they will get in, how quickly.
Well, yeah, and just to think Gabby's fourth year as first singles, and that in itself is amazing.
Absolutely. Girls tennis team always starts the season fast, and the players seem to love it. This year's Cardinals squad is a little smaller group, but they're well balanced with a lot of experience at the top, and they'll find out right away what they're made of.
Before the school year starts, we'll have had 15 matches.
The Cardinals will be halfway through their regular season schedule before the first school bell rings. It's a demanding agenda, but it allows the girls to keep their priorities in order.
It's better to have more matches before the school year because then we can also focus on our academics. But I think it gets us ready for then when we play like schools in our section. So then hopefully we can get farther in sections as well.
The Cardinals' numbers are down overall, but they have a solid group of veterans leading the way. They put in a lot of work in the offseason, and the captains have been thrilled with the effort they've seen from everyone on the court.
So I'm mostly excited. I think they'll do good as long as they're kind of trying, giving it their all. Then that's all that you can ask for. So
the Cardinals' experience will give them a head start this season, and hopefully a leg up on much of their competition.
We have our whole singles are coming back, and then our top doubles are coming back, but I think we're going to have to make sure that we get our second and third ready because they're not going to be returners, but I think that they can do it.
The Cardinals had hoped and planned to have enough athletes to field 3 teams, so they added a coach, which without those numbers leaves them in an unexpected but somewhat beneficial position.
So we have 4 coaches for 22 players. They're going to get a lot of individualized instruction and feedback, and some schools have 60, 70 players for 3 coaches.
The added attention to detail will hopefully help everyone's progression throughout the season. And that is, after all, the ultimate goal of all athletes.
I think it's really exciting to watch people improve and see how much they get better after each match.
The odds may still be stacked against the Cardinals in their section, but teams who underestimate them could be in for a big surprise.
I think we're gonna be sneaky good. I really think so.
Well, again, they will find out very fast how sneaky good they can be. They're at Maple Grove with Apple Valley on Wednesday, then Big Lake, Perham, and Mora on Thursday. They have a couple of dual meets next week. I think are their first just straight head-to-head dual meets with some conference opponents. So by the time we hit this desk again in 2 weeks, just after Labor Day, they will have been very busy. very busy.
Well, you know, and you touched on it earlier that, you know, Coach Stark likes to tinker a little bit with the lineup as the season progresses. And I always find that fascinating because he seems to always put the right combination together of players, but it takes a little time, I think, to kind of look and see exactly what you got in terms of singles versus doubles.
Well, the singles lineup, again, complete returning is should be a strength for them. The next team to get this season underway will be the girls soccer team. They open the schedule on Thursday. And Howie?
We'll be there.
To get a little bit better idea of what's happening on the pitch with both boys and girls soccer programs, we turn to our own Coon Rapids soccer alum, the professor, Jerry Grant. Jerry, thanks for being with us, and got out to see your former club and the girls squad as well.
Yeah, I did. And matter of fact, I enjoyed visiting both teams. And what I found out is you have a coach, Mr. Benson, Ben Benson, second year, and Matt Backberg, the boys coach, in his first year. I saw a lot of energy with these kids, and I also saw kids ready to learn and to raise their game to the next level. Let's take a look at what I found. The girls soccer team took a step forward last season and hopes to push a few more steps ahead this year.
Oh, I want to take the next step. I think we did a lot of things right last year. I think it took a little while to get started and find our game, but I think we eventually found it. And this year I want to hit the gas a little earlier. And I think with a full summer of training and everything, I think we're looking primed to do that.
I hope to obviously win games and just make sure that this season's a good season for everyone. You know, make sure that people get something out of it.
I hope to obviously win games this year. I hope we can score a little more and keep the ball out of the back of the net on our side. But yeah, I definitely want to win more games this year.
Winning more games will depend on the progress and growth of the many new players on this year's team.
We have a lot of young players this year, but honestly I don't see that as a challenge. I think it kind of sets us up for success because they're going to have a lot of years ahead of them, and with that there's a lot of practice and a lot of advancement for them, and then in the upcoming seasons for them I feel like our program can grow a lot more.
We only have 4 seniors, but they're great. All of them are great leaders, which makes a huge difference. And I mean, they've welcomed all the younger girls, and it's kind of been hitting it from the get-go. We got some girls that are ready to take the next step that didn't get as much playing time last year as they probably would have liked or probably should have gotten. And I think this year they're ready to step in and make a big difference.
Another aspect of making a difference is enjoying the time spent with people in the program.
I think the biggest thing I want everyone to get out is to have a good season. I want us to have fun. I don't want anyone to leave this season feeling too stressed or like they want to quit, because that's not our goal. We want to build the program.
That the coaches are great, the people are great, and I hope that people make friends on the team as well. That's a big thing for us too.
Change is happening for the boys soccer team. First-year head coach Matt Backberg and the players are embracing it.
I mean, I think the number one thing for me is all 22 guys have to have fun. And that's this level, any level, right? And that is certainly the number one driver of everything that we do. But, you know, in terms of results, a section run is almost kind of the minimum for what we're looking at.
Just to be a better team and play how coach wants us to play. You know, the play style is different, so just, you know, to play better.
For the team, I'm pretty sure we also want a better record. Everybody here wants to do well individually as well as a team. So we're all just looking to win. Win is our biggest thing.
Part of being a better team aiming for an improved record is implementing a new style of play.
Possession mostly, and then thinking forward. We aren't just gonna sit in the back and boot it up. We're gonna expand, we're gonna compact, we're gonna actually play soccer this year. We're gonna try to pass the ball around and hopefully put some more numbers up on the scoreboard. And we understand that we're gonna lack some defense with that, but we're willing to lack a little bit of defense to build a big offense.
I tell these guys we can't play the game unless we have the ball. And, you know, last year we did not have the ball a lot. And that is the big thing we're going to change, and I think the goals and everything else will come with that.
Yeah, we're doing like 3 times as many passes as we did last year, so we're going to be more ball dominant this year. I mean, we're not going to force a ball if we have it, but, you know, if we have a good look, we'll take it.
Change takes time, and it all starts with the right attitude.
The buy-in, I think, is, like I said, I think that's the very easy part. These guys want to play. They want to be on the ball.
I think the key is to be very attentive, learn as much as possible. Yeah, we're trying to bring a lot of attitude, humbleness, competitive spirits, all of those three, you know, those are really key for us this year as captains.
Add it all up, and this team is ready to go.
I'm ready to go. I'm looking forward to the scrimmages we have coming up. We have Maple Grove up first on the 26th, so yeah, we're ready to roll.
You know, our mentality is way different this year, so we're coming different. Yeah, we'll be ready.
Go Cardinals.
As you can see, there's a lot of positive energy in both those groups, and I really liked what I saw at the boys' practice with the way the coach was really integrating a lot of drills that are mimicking game conditions, because their whole thing is they want ball possession, and they always think, you know, if we can hold the ball, the other team can't score on us. So that's a smart thing to do, but you have to really build those passes and then find out when you're going to take a chance to try to break behind the defense and attack. So both teams are ready to go. We'll see what happens.
Well, it will be a short wait to see what happens for the girls. As I mentioned, they open their schedule on Thursday, hosting Chisago Lakes. They will also host St. Paul Johnson on Saturday. The boys start their season on Monday on the road against Maple Grove on the 26th. They will host Rogers for their home opener on the 28th. And Howie?
We'll be there. I'm excited. We had Coach Backberg on the show. We did a little summer sports night, and I think to Jerry's point, it brings a really interesting dynamic to this club, and I think it's something a little different than they had in the past. And hopefully, and they'll need that. Obviously, they're going to have to continue to try and raise their level of their game.
Well, we are hoping he will stick around for a good long time, as will all of the recent hires. A couple of the other spring coaches just in their second season.
Correct.
As well.
Absolutely. Well, the volleyball team will open its season on the road at St. Francis on Monday. It's the second season for Coach Talana Rodzitas. She says she's happy with the foundation they built year one, and they're already ahead of the game to start year two.
We kind of know our lineup already. We know who's setting, who's going to be our libero, and all of that kind of stuff, which is a little bit earlier than last year.
The Cardinals posted their best record in 5 years last season, but they were hit hard by graduation. So while it's year two for Coach Talana, they're starting fresh in many ways.
Actually, we lost our whole starting lineup, basically. So we're starting over with a lot of new girls, and so it's just exciting to get like a brand new slate, like a clean slate, and to just start over.
The Cardinals are going with a smaller lineup this season, with just 9 full-time varsity players. They hope it'll help accelerate their improvements and make them more competitive in their conference and section.
It's really important because the more reps you get and the more time you are in the gym and with certain girls, like getting comfortable with new people, it really helps out, like make you more versatile, because the more reps you can get on any position, you can be more ready to play anywhere.
Coach Rodzitas says the biggest concern early on will be the hitter-setter connection. Both the team setters graduated from last year, and it may be the most complex position on the floor.
It's not just have the ball, you know, set out of your hands pretty, but a lot of it is that IQ, what you need to do on the court, how do you transition from defense to setting, and maybe who the go-to hitter is, who's been scoring the most, where on the other side is the big block versus a shorter block. So
they have a freshman they're confident will be able to fill that crucial role and give them stability in the position for years to come. One thing coach and captains kept going back to was how fast and how well this team is coming together, and how important it'll be to get them through the tough times.
I think staying mentally tough is going to be pretty hard. I just hope that we can stay in good spirits. Even when we're down, we just need to push through all the points and everything that comes our way.
If they continue to work together, having fun playing the game they love, Coach Rodzitas is sure everything will work out.
now your skills are being raised because you're having fun and they're working together off of each other. So we just really think that this team is going to blossom and flourish throughout the year.
We don't get a chance to see them until week 2. They open the schedule at St. Francis on Monday. Their home opener is on Thursday, the 29th, but Howie and I have a prior commitment on that evening.
We do. We have a little football going on. So.
We will be right across the street, though. We will be close.
We'll be cheering them on from afar.
So excited to see what the girls do. I mean, both Coach Radzitas and also Coach Radis, who we're about to talk about in swimming and diving, both came in last year, taking over their programs, but had some really strong leaders. It'll be interesting to see Talana's team, the volleyball team, as you heard the girls talk about, they lost pretty much their whole starting lineup. So it'll be interesting to see how they respond to that.
Well, I think they lost some size as well, and they don't have maybe as quite a deep a bench as they had in the past. And I think that, from listening to that, and obviously you were there, but it sounds like their style is going to be a little bit different this year because they may be a little bit smaller, and they lost both their setters, which I think is going to be a major obstacle, obviously, to overcome. So, and a freshman in that spot. So it'll be interesting to see, but I have all the confidence in the world.
Well, she does too, and that's the important part. Swimming and diving team will compete in the conference relays on Thursday before opening its dual meet schedule next week at Elk River. Much like the volleyball squad, these Cardinals are a small but dedicated bunch, and they're confident they'll take big strides in their coach's second season.
The majority of who's come back is the same team as last year, so they're coming back incredibly strong, incredibly excited.
Cardinals coach Ashley Radis returns to the pool deck with a familiar-looking crew. They only had 2 seniors last season, so they bring back a group with experience that's eager to propel themselves forward.
I think we're incredibly competitive with each other, which I'm really excited about because they're going to push each other at practice. And I mean, last year we already saw such improvements that I anticipate this year they're going to continue that.
The Cardinals will be a smaller team again, but they're confident in the group they have. They believe what they lack in quantity, they'll more than make up for with quality.
We want to just show that even though we don't have the same numbers as other teams in our area, that we can still put forward strong swimmers and strong events and just see that improvement for everybody throughout the season.
The Cardinals would love to add a few more girls to their roster, but they're also focused on getting the best from the girls they have. The veterans have been there, and they know all the hard work will pay off in the end.
Don't quit. It's hard, but like I said, it just feels so good when you meet your goals and you come back the next day and you already have a new goal set. It just is so rewarding.
The girls say the team feels more like a family, and this year's adventure will include an overnight trip to Fargo. They plan to enjoy the ride and keep pushing themselves forward at the same time.
Try to just keep everything fun, have a positive attitude all the time, and work hard even when you don't want to.
The team had some solid achievements last season, and they're in a much better position this year, so they expect to have plenty to celebrate this time around.
I'm looking forward to their successes this season, and I know there's going to be a lot because they are so zeroed in, they're so focused, they're encouraging with each other.
Love the positivity, is kind of like what Jerry was talking about with the soccer teams, but just a great energy in both of those, practice facilities at the court, in the pool. And you mentioned if the numbers a little bit down for volleyball, down for swimming as well, but the right pieces.
Well, and it's all about working on increasing your time and bettering your swims each and every time out. And I think that's obviously their goal. They'll start from the beginning and see what they can do about erasing some of those times and doing a better job of it.
Well, and they have the unscored Northwest Suburban Conference relays coming up on Thursday, and then their first real competition will be at Elk River on the 29th.
Well, the cross-country teams open the season on Thursday the 29th, and they could use some more bodies as well, especially on the girls' side. The two programs are in different positions to start the season, but they're striving towards similar goals. The boys are in a position to make a push this spring, and the girls are just a step or two behind.
Stars have aligned, and now I think this is our year to shine.
Lachlan Demmer was the Cardinals' lone state qualifier last season. He's hoping this year he can bring his friends.
Last year it was pretty lonely in that starting block with just the other members of the section with me. So this year we're going for getting the whole team together so we get our own starting block and can all race together.
The Cardinals may have just the lineup to break their long state tournament drought. They showed their potential at last year's section meet, and 5 of those guys will be seniors this season.
Yeah, I think last year was kind of a combination of a warning shot to the other teams that I hope they listen to, and showing ourselves, oh wow, we can do that.
The Cardinals are committed to taking things to the next level. Most of the group has been running together since middle school, and they've been running 5 days a week all summer long. because they know this is their last shot.
But they're definitely more motivated, especially on the boys' side. They want to do some really good things this year, and they've been putting their good work in, and we've got a couple of other new kids that have come in that can help us, whether it's just as a depth on the varsity or even put in top 5 positions.
The girls are a younger and smaller team, but they also have a core group that returns with experience and proven performers at every grade level.
I think it's a really close-knit group of girls. You know, we all know each other. We've been friends for years now. And so it's just a really fun crew to run with and to spend time with in general. Some of my closest friends.
The Cardinals could use some more girls in their lineup, but the girls they do have are committed. They've shown their potential and they plan to continue their progression.
And it's really special to just build up and see I can get faster every single year. And just the same girls are on the varsity and we're all gotten so fast together and we've all done almost everything together every day and it's really fun.
All of the athletes have their own personal goals. At the same time, they're all hoping to have their best performance when it matters most.
So yeah, it would ideally be great to see that happen, but I want to see them just continue to improve and say, you know what, we got done at the end of the season and we did the best that we could. We put our best foot forward at the right time, and we just let it happen, and if we made it, we made it. If we didn't, we know what we got to do now.
And they will get their first taste of competition at the District 11 meet in Anoka on the 29th, as Howie had mentioned. They'll be in Minnetrista for the Bauman-Roven invite on Thursday the 5th. And we kind of bookended that part of the show. We started with a longtime coach and Coach Storick and the tennis team. Had a bunch of first and second year coaches. Yep. And then Denny Green, the longtime coach for the cross-country programs.
Well, maybe Storick. I don't know how many years ago.
I think Storick is, but both the Cardinal programs very fortunate to have both.
Oh my gosh,
and hoping that all the coaches in the middle can have that type of longevity as well. Well, last but certainly not least, we talk about the Cardinals football team and their hopes to improve on last year's finish despite heavy losses to graduation. Last year's senior class was loaded with playmakers on both sides of the ball, but still they only finished 2-7. This year's squad may not be as flashy or have the same swagger, but these Cardinals are confident they can post a better record at the end.
A lot of guys are working hard, got some positions to fill. A lot of people know what they're doing, just got to start nailing down the details.
The Cardinals will look a lot different this year. Graduation took a heavy toll on their roster, but the guys say things are coming together quickly, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
I like how the defense looks. They look really good. They look physical. They look like they're poised and ready to make a statement. And they're working hard, and I like to see it.
In addition to the players that graduated, the Cardinals will be without one of their leaders on the defensive line. Jacoby Peterson had surgery on his knee and will miss his entire senior season. But his loss will serve as another motivator for his brothers and teammates.
Jacoby's a great player, probably our best leader and one of our best teammates. It sucks to lose him, but I know he's still going to be there for our team, so I think to compensate with Jacoby, that pushes a lot of us on the defense to move harder, play for him.
The Cardinals will look dramatically different on the offensive side of the ball as they look to work with what they have.
We have some different skill sets that we need to utilize this year. And so, yeah, the offense might look a little different. Our base and stuff will still be there, but, trying to run the ball and be more creative with quick passes and maybe some screens here and there.
Starting quarterback Jeremy Oddie may not have the arm that his predecessor did, but he's a shifty runner who can make things happen. And with Danny Scheller coming out of the backfield with him, it's going to put a lot of pressure on opposing defenses.
I think with the running, it can just help us boost our offense to a whole nother level. Because there's so many options you think you might have me down, but then I can come pitch it right to Danny for another extra 15, 20 yards. And then the run can open up a lot of just play action, a lot of open, just easy passes for us to just get easy completions, easy drives, and just easy scores.
The Cardinals will find out what they're made of right away. They open the season at home, hosting the defending state champions from Centennial. It's something the boys have been looking forward to all summer long.
Yeah, I'm really excited actually. I'm kind of happy that we're playing defending champions. It's
to be a good matchup and really test us a lot right away. And I'm just really excited for it. And I think if we just prepare enough and get ourselves ready, that it'll be a dogfight for sure.
The Cardinals know it'll be a long, hard season full of challenges, but they also know if they face it together and stay positive, they'll come out stronger at the other end.
I think we need to stay together, work as a team a little more, keep the hopes high, and really focus on that winning effort.
Be beautiful to see him get it week one.
Yes,
but that's a tall task. Centennial had a great year. They were hit hard by graduation, so they're not going to be the same team that won the title last year. The only loss for the Cougars last season was to Maple Grove in week 3 or 4. So they haven't lost in a long time. Cardinals, I'm excited because there's so many unknowns. Last year, I was really excited because of what I knew about that team and what they could do. Now I'm kind of excited because of the unknowns, and it'll be interesting, and I look forward to seeing them.
Well, it's obvious to look at that team from a year ago and to see what they've lost on offense. But I looked at the amount of tackles that they lost from the defensive side of the ball from a year ago. That's going to be a lot to replace, and the attitude with these guys are just phenomenal. I mean, every one of them they're so excited for the season to start. No matter what we lost, we know that we're going to play hard and we're going to give it our all, and that's all you can ask for.
Well, and again, I go back to just a 2-7 record from that team with all of that talent. Yep. That's a very makeable bar for this team to look at, is get to at least 3 wins. They hope they can get number 1 week 1. You always want to go 1-0 every week. They will start out at home against Centennial, and then they are on the road for their first Friday night game to take on the Osseo Orioles on Friday the 6th. We will be there for all of that action, but first we will see the girls soccer team in their season opener against Chisago Lakes. Wildcats come to the complex on Thursday at 5 o'clock. We'll have it live. It'll rerun, obviously, after that. Boys and soccer doubleheader the following Wednesday. Howie and I will be at the football opener with our friends from North Metro TV. It'll be a smaller production, but we will have the call on that as well, thanks to our, again, help from our friends at North Metro. But we're getting everybody on the schedule and excited to get another season underway.
I can't believe it. Again, it is exciting, and this Thursday, first game of the year, some girls soccer. I'm excited to be there. It should be a lot of fun.
Here we go, year 28. Want to thank everybody out there for joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including the Professor Jerry Grant and my friend Howie Shapiro, I'm Joe Young, saying goodnight.